family film.
It's a beautiful story of really life and death and coming to terms with love and what it means to have a family.
We wanted to examine Deadpool and start to realize the consequences of his actions. The choices he made in his career obviously affected Vanessa and put her in danger.
I'm the asshole who got away. I killed every last one of them, except me. Couldn't kill me.
He's now on this journey to figure out what's his place in the world, who's his family, but also how do I find some redemption from this sort of self-absorbed asshole that I am.
And that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. We love the idea of family, and in order for Deadpool to take flight and work as a character, you have to take everything away from him. You have to disarm him and put him in the underdog position and make him vulnerable. That's the challenge in creating the story, is that you have to put this guy in a position in which the audience is unconditionally rooting for him, even though he is the most self-destructive creature on Earth. And that's the fun of it.
One of the things that made Deadpool 1 popular was that while it was silly and irreverent, it also had a heart and it had real angst and real grounded emotions.
Your heart's not in the right place.
What?
As much as I said looking cool matters, if all it is looking cool, you won't get a lot of mileage out of it. It's got to have meat on the bones. And the one thing that we invested so heavily in was creating characters you care about.
Is there a knife in my dick?
There's a knife in your dick.
The guy that can kind of say anything and get away with it. Those are the fun, real elements, but that can get exhausting, and you can't live in that forever. How many times can you say fuck, or how many times can you have a dick and balls joke?
You want to borrow a pair of pants?
Apparently a lot. Apparently a lot. Even then, you find yourself cutting them out, right? The key with Deadpool was like, there's that layer that everybody loves, but you need this sort of heart and soul of the movie.
And that's kind of the secret sauce of Deadpool, is this emotional core.
And we really wanted to carry that into Deadpool 2. And so we worked in some pretty serious, dark plots.
This may not be family you want, but it's family you need. You have a good heart. It belongs here where it can grow.
What did you say?
Your heart's not in the right place.
I think I'm in the right place. Vanessa was the only thing that tethered Deadpool to a life of love and kindness and calm. Wow, right? She's the adult in the relationship, and Deadpool needs that.
You are not your father.
That was sort of where the idea and the theme of family was born, was if not her, then who?
Motherfucker!
Who is going to accept this guy for his flaws within flaws within flaws and take him in?
He needs to heal his heart, and he heals his heart by finding a family.
We need to build a fucking team.
One thing that's fun about it is that Deadpool fancies himself a bit of a solo operator, but with this one, he's really trying to put together a team.
X-Force.
We got this, okay?
He's trying to figure out who he is in the context of the X-Men universe.
And he's trying his darndest to fit in. And he's even putting on an act to sell the idea that he's fit in so that he can go out on missions and go be an X-Man and not just be a trainee for the rest of his life.
Let me guess. We have mission. I know, you do. I'm ready. I'm not.
And yet, despite his sales pitch to Colossus that, hey, I'm a good guy, he just can't help but be Deadpool.
Colossus and Deadpool, they've always had this kind of big brother, little brother relationship. Deadpool's the bratty younger brother. Colossus always trying to lead him to the good side, just keep him on the straight and narrow. So that continues on with this movie. Colossus try to help out Deadpool initially and try to save him from himself. Helps try to train him to become an X-Men. I think that's ultimately what he wants. He'd love to have him as an X-Men.
With training, you can be X-Men.
You're wasting your time, shiny Jesus. I think Deadpool also loves Colossus greatly, but he can't help but fuck that relationship up no matter what he does.
We have rules! Fuck your rules!
Of course, Deadpool screws that up, and you see the first real conflict between Colossus and Deadpool in terms of Colossus actually really losing his temper.
I should have left you in a self-pitying mess they found you in.
And really being ashamed of Deadpool and heartbroken from Deadpool.
You've let me down for the last time, Wade.
Russell, wait!
He also has this storyline with a kid, you know, a child that is also a mutant.
It's Russell, right? Fire Fist! Look! Oh my god.
One of the things we're playing with in the movie is the notion of Deadpool having to be a mentor figure or a father figure to a young guy, which is like the worst possible thing you could ever ask Deadpool to do because he's like the least responsible. He can't even take care of himself, really. So you wouldn't want him around your kid, and that to us was fun. Anytime you put him in a situation where you're like, that's the last place I want him, we're like, that's where we want to put him in the movie.
Breaking news at the Essex House for Mutant Rehabilitation.
So he's at an orphanage with this pretty creepy headmaster. It's not a very good place for him to be.
Those guys hurt you?
Who?
The orphanage is full of young mutant children who all have extraordinary abilities. And in order to create a kind of cognitive therapy that stops them from exploring these abilities, the headmaster has created a form of torture.